Collateral Parenting, Episode 3, Coup-dités. Act 1, The Conspirators. 9 p.m., a dimly lit corner of the parking lot behind St. Ethelborne's Junior University for the Gifted and Otherwise. 1 week after Diana's memorial service, 1 week after the official disbandment of the PTA. Or so we thought. Bethany lies face down on the curb. Pam enters.
Zoinks! A dead body! Beth! Is that you? Rest in Reese's Pieces.
Pam realizes the implication of being found in the same proximity as a dead PTA member twice in 1 week.
Woof. I am just now realizing the implications of being found in the same proximity as a dead PTA member twice in 1 week. Well, that puts me in a bit of an artisanal jam, doesn't it? This would be worse for my cool mom reputation than one time I mistook Snapchat streaks for actual streaking and scarred my neighbors, my mailman, and my child.
Sound of a twig breaking and leaves rustling. There's something in the bushes.
Holy shift key, there's something in the bushes. Look, I don't know what you heard, but I pinky promise I did not wish death for Beth. Hashtag bars. Hashtag please don't put me behind any.
Pam runs away. Hans emerges from the bushes. He scatters croutons across the stage, Hansel and Gretel style, and follows his feet all the way to subtitles. Thinking they are off duty and assuming the theatrical laws of their space are tamper-proof, Subtitles is understandably startled. Subtitles and Hans make prolonged eye contact.
German. German.
Hans looks out, aware of his audience for the first time. Enlightened and amazed, Hans backs up and accidentally steps on Bethany. She stirs. Hans scampers off into the woods in fright, abandoning his croutons entirely. Pam re-enters.
Ah, sick, croutons.
Pam pockets some for later. Bethany stirs.
The Sound of Music should be classified as a horror film. Huh? Pam, what are you doing here?
Oh, Bethany, thank Jesus you're alive.
Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry, Mrs. Shield called just as I was going to pick up the kids from their extracurricular activity of pouring sugar into gas tanks. She said I had the night off and I truly passed out on the spot. Wait, what are you doing here? You know the PTA disbanded, right?
Oh, totes my goats be. I just saw an ad for fish crocs on Facebook Marketplace, so here I am to pick up the location. An elementary school parking lot at 9 p.m. on a school night.
Elaine power walks in, wearing a tracksuit and whisper yelling into her Bluetooth.
Oh, and Terrence, ungentle reminder to return the stress balls I ordered. They reduce stress. Total duds.
Well, if it isn't the old ball in Elaine. Oop, she thinks she's too cool for us with her AirPods in.
Waylaid, Elaine walks in place to keep up her heart rate.
Terrence, I'm putting you on mute. Your whimpers are distracting. Bethany, Pamela. What a value-neutral surprise.
What are you doing here, Elaine? And away from a computer.
Oh, I usually walk late at night because it adds to the fear factor, you know, as a woman. But after a perfectly unhealthy bout of internet stalking, I discovered my ex-husband had relocated to a neighborhood directly in the way of my favorite late-night power walk path. So naturally, I had to change my route. Probably Tiffany's move to spite me.
Tiffany glides in.
Correct, Elaine. I did it to deliberately hurt, annoy, or offend you. Verb. S-P-I-T-E. Thank you. Wait, also, what are you all doing here at this totally for real 9 p.m. parking lot adult spelling bee?
Before they can answer, they are blinded by headlights. Holly and Susie enter, carrying obnoxiously jangly minivan keys, followed by Robert with his obnoxiously retro bicycle.
Well, slip my stitch and call me a nitwit. Looks like we happened upon a jamboree.
Now this is freaky deaky.
Yeah, what's your reason for being here? Interrupting my nap?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, dearie.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, but honey, you surely did.
Well, I'm not a reliable source for memory.
Well, I wouldn't practice sass before you enter the novitiate. How about a novena later on to make up for it?
It's fine. It's fine. I miss my coma. It's fine.
But yeah, wait, why are you all here?
Well, ever since Susie burned down her church with prayer candles and was subsequently banned from every Yankee candle within the tri-state area, she has been my blog post's most loyal homemade candle customer.
And Holly has been such a sweet peach, letting us do our exchange a little more covertly in this sketchy, dimly lit parking lot.
craftingholly.web.com.org, here for all your shady candle dealing needs.
Shit schwinn, Bobbert. And good on you for not being embarrassed to keep a training wheel on your unicycle. We all gotta start somewhere.
It's a penny farthing, you imbecile.
Oh, whatever, Robert. Pamela's obvious imbecility is nothing compared to you being a fraud.
Always backing me up, L-A-N-O-P. Get it? Like the alphabet? A cool mom.
Come now, kiddo. Really. Dr. Wagner, you speak to me of fraud. All the while, you have the audacity to use honorifics with a measly PhD in economics. Ha! As a wise man once said, no one should call himself doctor unless he's delivered a child.
Elaine stops walking in place. This is... Wow. Robert, really?
I'm only gonna say this once, buddy. Wow, off-the-cuff insults are really not in my wheelhouse, surprisingly.
The otherwise part of this institution?
Thanks, Holly.
Women supporting women.
And also, for the record, Robert, I have delivered a child. I was multitasking on a conference call, remember?
And she brought my dearest, darlingest Logan into this world.
It's Levi!
Oh, I always took you for an Old Navy girl. Irregardlessly, Robert, why are you here?
Oh, well, Tiffany, since you addressed me politely...
Robert glares at Elaine, then absolutely launches into his first monologue of the night.
As dusk approached, I received a homing pigeon with a quaint attempt at a cut-and-paste mystery note lodged in its wings, though any of Elise's collage endeavors fare far better in terms of essence and verisimilitude. Anyhow, paying no heed to the potentially dangerous portents and wayward harbingers that could arise from proceeding further, I began to decipher the letters. From what I could comprehend, the elementary cryptogram listed rudimentary geographic coordinates, and since I am, of course, a cartographic mystery aficionado, and Elise was off at viola, I mounted my bicycle, armed with only the stars, and followed the coordinates here. Like the Odyssey.
Holy smokes, Robert.
Yeah, you hit the jackpot, Mr. Fitz Tango Dango.
Robert, I know I've never intentionally talked to you or made eye contact or shown any interest in your sad, depressing little life, but as a friend in desperate need of a new homing pigeon-themed blog post, suddenly you're like, interesting. Tell me more.
Thank you for your incessant curiosity. I recently signed up for a monthly subscription to receive notes via pigeon whenever I'm feeling lonesome. I found the feathered fledglings to be a clever device. The birds have a certain, I don't know, je ne sais quoi? Maybe it's avian bird flu, or maybe it's something more infectious. The love they carry in their hearts. It's probably avian bird flu. But this time, such luck. It was a very real and tangible mystery note. Huzzah!
I don't know about you all, but this is very disquieting. A mystery note? The conflicting reasons we're all here?
Yeah. It might be that my head's still a little foggy from my weekly desperate escape money earning plasma donation, but this doesn't make sense at all.
This plot is thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Makes no sense. Something is afoot.
A little late in life to discover feet, Robin, but I think the real issue is that something has gone terribly wrong.
I agree. This is angling to be fishier than a Lenten Friday.
OMG, Susie, are you a Pisces? I never would have guessed. You don't even seem like the type.
Oh, it's so cute that you think I would indulge in your pagan constellation false idolatry.
Back to the task at hand. Isn't it a little implausible that this would be a coincidence, especially considering our disbandment? What if we were all sort of, I don't know, summoned to this parking lot?
Deft agreement from the PTA. Upset that normally she cues group agreement, Holly seizes control, if only for a fleeting moment.
Thank you, Elaine. I'll take it from here. So yeah, totally. Back to the task at hand. Isn't it just so implausible that this would be a coincidence? Especially, considering our disbandment? What if we were all sort of summoned to this parking lot?
I don't mean to be all aqua taco, but I actually don't think we're all here.
Tiffany glides over to embrace Pam.
I know their deaths are hard to accept, Pam, but Kathy and Diana are in a better place now.
Oh, I'm totally on board with that.
Denial is a stage of grief, and it is a beautiful one.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Let's do some cleansing breaths.
But I think we're missing an alive person.
Oh, Bethany, check the minutes.
And what if I don't?
Stunned silence from the PTA.
Ha ha ha. The looks on your faces. Could you imagine if I did that? Ay. I'm just kidding. Yes, of course I will. You know I'm too broken to actually refuse authority.
Bethany deliriously flips through the giant binder she lugs around at all times before realizing, I don't know, maybe just count.
Okay. Counting me, that's 7. So we're missing...
Where's my son?
Lance.
He desperately follows the crouton crumb trail to its bitter end. He wallows in a puddle by the empty bag of croutons.
¿Dónde estás, Hansi? ¿Dónde estás?
Various statements of comfort from the PTA.
Oh, it's pointless, really. And it's all my fault.
You really did seem to be floundering after the motorcycle mishap.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Robert. All I wanted was to connect with my little boy.
Flashback, narrated by Lance. Hans enters.
After his theatrics at the memorial service, Hansi wouldn't speak to me, except to go on and on about non-sticking cooking spray. We're a Crisco family. I can't just upend my values and switch to Pam. Sorry for the outburst. As a peace offering, I bought all the motorcycle memorabilia I could find, but apparently elementary school-aged boys from Dusseldorf don't respond to vintage cigarette-laced motorcycle magazines. I don't know. You just can't please everyone. Finally, it dawned on me that I'd gotten it all wrong. Here was my son, my kindergarten-age son, my furiously reading his German to English dictionary every waking minute, and apparently all I had time for was a Learn German Easy class. Meanwhile, Hansi was over here assimilating. I decided I had to act. He needed to connect to his German culture. After picking up today, I rerouted to the nearest grocery store, which, by the way, isn't Whole Foods, so you can tell I was under duress. I picked up croutons, self-checked out, and brought him and Hans back to this parking lot, where I abandoned him at the edge of the woods. Maybe he'd happen upon a candy house. I remember the last thing he said to me was...
German, German, German! German!
Such a brave little Nino. Carry on, my wayward son!
Hans disappears.
I never knew this is what grief would feel like.
Wait, isn't Kathy literally your sister?
We weren't close.
Wait, I'm also confused. If you abandoned him, why are you back?
I'm not an idiot, Elaine. I figured I'd wait a few hours and then follow his crouton trail. This was supposed to be temporary, but now his trail has reached its final destination and the bag is empty.
Hey, for no reason at all, would anyone be interested in a pocket crouton?
Pam, this is no time for snacks.
Wow, Lance, what a moving tribute to your adopted son. You really are a saint. And it's just now occurring to me that we really all should pay tribute to Hans, the real boy.
I got you, dog with the blog.
Pam Hunger Games whistles and salutes.
Thank you, Pam, but I really don't think that you should make this moment about you. But You guys, the PTA's all here. What a perfect time to discuss the future of this organization and, I don't know, future presidential bids. It's what Hans would have wanted. I nominate me.
But we're still disbanded.
Or are we?
Dun dun dun!
Mrs. Wagner is right. We are standing on the precipice of a decision of autonomy. Gathered here in the woods.
Next to the woods.
Gathered here next to the woods, meeting in secret. I can think of no better time to reach a traditional opening message by Henry David Thoreau. I went to the woods because I wanted to live deliberately. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow.
Oh, heavens, Robert, do you think this is the Dead Poets Society?
Well, naturally. As I'm sure you're aware, I carry my pocket-sized Thoreau reader everywhere.
More like Dead Parents Society, am I right?
Way too soon, Pam.
No, but seriously, whatever mysterious force brought us together, this is an opportunity, and we should act on it.
Tiffany, in an act of elegance and grace, dramatically crosses center. There is no podium, but she does not need one.
All in favor of reuniting the PTA, say aye.
In an unprecedented moment of agreement, a unanimous aye. Well then, we're in uncharted territory here now, folks.
Well, rock my vote. That is the fastest I've seen us reach a consensus.
I think it's fair to say we had our association unfairly ripped from us.
Oh yes, ever since she disbanded us, I felt like a dropped stitch.
Oh my goodness. I'm beginning to think we're the otherwise.
It just doesn't make any sense why she would do this to me. I mean, us. Unless PTA stands for the principal is totally an authoritarian.
So what do we do about it?
I think we should kill her.
Totally!
With kindness? Why is murder always the assumption in this group?
No, I'm serious. For once in my life, I'm actually serious. Principal Anne McCormick must die. Think about it. She's got some real Despacito vibes. I mean, isn't it a little odd that she's the only one in charge of conducting the investigation over Kathy's death? Does she even have an alibi? Isn't it a little strange that she disbanded the PTA after Diana's death when there's clearly a power vacuum? Couldn't there be an inkling of personal motive? How bizarre, how bizarre, how bizarre. She wants this association. She needs this association. She'll see to it that the P in PTA stands for principal, not parent.
Grim silence. Even in fleece-lined cardigans, this is a chilling thought. Pam dabs. That's more like it. Everyone seems pretty much on board.
So how would we go forward with this?
I was thinking we fetch the bowl cut!
What? Hello? Do you agree with her? Isn't this moving a little fast for you guys? Murder. Capital M. Murder. This is ridiculous.
Wow, Robert. You seem more of the revolution type. I'm surprised you're not fully committed to the cause.
Absolutely, Elaine. Like I always say, when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce us under absolute despotism, it is our right, it is our duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for our future security. Thank you.
Obligatory polite clapping from the PTA.
Oh, come on now. Come now. Tiffany, aren't you the poster child for world peace? You of all people compromising to so low a philosophy as conspiracy.
Think about it, Robert. You wouldn't suspect a thing. I'm serious. It's not like overprivileged parents have established a reputation of abusing the very systems built for them to get what they want. That would be like, I don't know, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to fake your child's SAT scores. It's unthinkable.
It's just political assassination, Robert. Small potatoes.
Suzanne? Won't you go to hell for this?
Oh, I can go to confession after. No biggie.
Wait, I've been reading the catechism you gave me to avoid the soul-sucking life presence of the Shield children. I'm not sure that's how confession works, and isn't murder like a mortal sin?
Thank you, Bethany.
I'm not sure I want you to be a nun anymore.
Oh, thank God.
That's my gift.
Wait.
Okay. Hypothetically, if we did go forward with this, how would we even go about it?
Oh my gosh, I've got it. What if we kill her at the 6th grade winter graduation party tomorrow? I mean, if she's gotta die sometime, then it's probably best we do it ASAP. And if you weren't paying attention, they had to postpone the party till tomorrow since Diana's funeral took up the slot last week. So such a careless and inconvenient move on her part to die right before the party.
That is a brilliant idea, Holly. I'm already slated on the sign-up genius for Coup-dités duty. Swept it just before Nora H could grab it.
Nora H with the potholder Etsy shop?
No, Nora H, who's intimately involved with the anti-vax movement.
Perhaps we could poison the Coup-dités.
Good thinking. Ugh, I just love when women come together to create something beautiful.
Just what I was thinking, Elaine. I'm on board now, too. BTW, my sister dying and my son run away has me feeling a little bit reckless.
What the heck, me too. If we inevitably get arrested, free prison bed. Can't wait. And I'm pretty sure you can't nanny from a cell. Win-win.
Decision decided.
Do I not get a say in this?
Majority rules, Robert. Looks like you've been outvoted.
This is what democracy looks like.
What a productive day. I think we consider this meeting adjourned. Verb, ADJOURNED. Thank you.
Oh, wait, one more thing. Who do you think sent us the note?
That doesn't matter, and it definitely won't figure at all as a plot twist tomorrow night.
With a plan in action and murder on their minds, the PTA go their separate ways. Pam lingers. The street lights start to flicker.
Is this a rave? These parking lot lights are so cool, I could film a tic-tac-toe with them. Kuma.
Diana floats in.
If Pamela Piper popped a peck of preppy PTA parents, how many PTA parents lacked for Pamela Piper to pop? Pam, did you like my creepy intro? I've been working on this whole ghost thing recently.
Well, give it my fish cracks, Diana. We meet again. I didn't know you'd still ghost me after your funeral.
Oh yeah, I forgot to fill you in the first time we did this. So basically, I wear the chain I forged in life, blah, 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 and now I've come to deter you from your current course via various methods of haunting you, yada, yada, yada. So essentially, since I was adamantly non-denominational when I was alive, I get to try out each version of the afterlife on trial run before I switch every week, like a temp. Pretty neat, right? Currently, I'm stuck in a Dickinson pseudo-Christian purgatory, but maybe next week I'll be reincarnated as a golden retriever or a bottle of Chardonnay. Get the picture?
Oh, absolute some, Diana Banana.
Great. Now that we have that all cleared up, are you seriously gonna kill the principal too?
Well, crash my car and call me Diana's lover, Dodiel Fade. Someone wake up on the wrong side of the dead. Princess Di, why such an attack?
I don't know. Maybe because you dabbed away my EpiPen. Imagine how tired I am existing in a permanently anaphylactic, bloated state. They don't do Benadryl or detox yoga flows for ghosts, Pam.
But Diana, don't you see? Now you're swole forever. Look on the bright side of life.
I'm literally deceased.
Touché.
I just don't see what you're gaining from serial murder.
Don't you see? I had to deflect somehow. I'm already sus. Look, sooner or later, someone's gonna figure it out. That German kid Heinz Ketchup almost did. But if I get everyone complicit in another murder, then bingo bango, 2 wrongs make a right.
Okay, I'm sure that's not how ethics work. I'm still going to ruin your life.
Look, it ain't my fault. Gotta blame it on my juice and my jams. Also, slick of you to summon us all together. That magazine note was particularly awesome sauce. I like your style. You know, we're not different, you and I.
I don't do notes. I do stationery. You got the wrong dead lady.
Huh. I'm sure that won't at all enter into a plot twist tomorrow night.
Well, Toodles, I have a lack of breathing retreat to attend. Reminder, I'm ruining your life soon.
Of course. See you around, my cum-biddity bitty.
Diana vanishes.
I never got my fish crocs.
Blackout. Act 2. The 6th grade winter graduation party. At long last, the 6th grade winter graduation party. Will we finally interact with children in this piece about an elementary school? Absolutely not. Back in the familiar scrappy PTA room, party city decor, streamers, etc. Principal McCormick is milling about. The PTA is crowded just outside the door, except for Tiffany.
According to my travel-sized sundial, Tiffany should have arrived 30 minutes ago.
Tick-tock, Tiff.
Sick TikTok reference, Pam.
Aren't clocks just the best, Beth? I love being in with the youth.
Oh, Lance, by the way, did you ever reach out to maybe send an Amber Alert for Hans? I have legal connections, you know, Esquire.
Oh, I don't really need a subscription to Esquire magazine. Thank you, though. I'm more of a Vineyard Vines guy. And besides, Amber isn't really in my color palette.
Tiffany rushes in.
So sorry I'm late. I brought double D's to make up for it.
The PTA stares.
Well, fine then. If you're going to look at me like that, then I'll keep the Dunkin' Donuts to myself.
Are you sure we'll be allowed in? They've upped security with all the recent deaths.
It's just a breach of a building. How hard can it be?
Besides, we have our in with Tiffany, the sign-up genius, remember?
Susie's on lookout through a crack in the door.
Looks like Nora H. is almost done passing out her bag of loose unwrapped candy. Oh, I do pray for her heathen hellbound soul. Were you just double, triple checking on the plan for committing first-degree murder?
As I understand it, I bring in the sides we made, pressure her with my overwhelming charm, and try some of my famous crudités, and then rush out before she takes a poisoned bite. Thank you.
Perfecto, Tiff Anthony. You gotta act quick and keep her on her toes, or else we might get stopped in our tracks.
Alrighty, Roo. Nora H. is gone. It's go time.
Tiffany enters the room.
Principal McCormick, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, hello, Miss Glenn. I'm so grateful you agreed to help. Between you and me, you were always one of the less annoying of the bunch. And your cardigan's so chic.
Oh, thank you. I've always admired how straight your part is.
Well, I appreciate that. But you know, flattery won't get you anywhere with me. I like to say I am as constant as the northern star.
Oh, I am totally into astrology.
How quaint. What did you bring for tonight?
Oh, you know me, one of my famous crudités. It's a deconstructed take on a classic Caesar salad. You should try one of the croutons. They're to die for.
Just then, Diana cuts in on the intercom.
Beware the sides of starch.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
that voice over the intercom? Beware the sides of...
Oh, I'm sure it was nothing.
Stay calm, Pam.
Please, I insist.
I'm not so sure
Ham bursts through the door, revealing the entire PTA.
Oh, come on! Be a principal and just try it.
Wait, what are you all doing here? I disbanded you.
Abandon the plan! Scatter!
Stand down, Lance. I'm not going out like this. Not without a fight. Where's your loyalty? Were you even paying attention? Do you even remember the plan? Do you remember?
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Just at the "Do you remember" part. Lights shift. Glorious spotlight center as Kathy Jones enters, doing some sort of goddess-like boogie.
Jesus H. Christ in a cardigan sweater.
Oh, you can just call me Kathy.
Oh my gosh, Kathy, you're alive?
Not only that, I'm thriving.
Kathy, what's going on?
Dear brother, how good it is to see your face. Well, good might be stretching it. Now, my story. See, I had been president of the PTA for many years, but with my child long graduated, it didn't seem right I should continue my tenure. After 3 days spent in deep state meditation, I reached out to my close friend, Principal Anne Jane McCormick, and decided to relinquish my role. This was, of course, under one condition. My successor must be decided in a crisis scenario full of soap opera-esque twists, turns, and intrigue. See, I was so magically good at my job that the St. Ethelbornne Junior University for the Gifted and otherwise PTA had yet to be rocked by scandal in well over a decade. Nary a crisis. There is simply no way to assess someone's character from such peaceful circumstances. No, the president must rise like a phoenix from a flame. Luckily, I had a few matchsticks up my sleeve. To test the mettle of my successor, I decided to fake my death. Besides, my aura needed a cleanse. So I formed a cocoon in Anne's demented tiny office to metamorphosize into an even more brilliant ethereal version of myself. Not to mention I had just recently piloted an essential oil Ponzi scheme and needed to lay low for a while. So the plan went ahead. Anne would interview the PTA under the guise of investigation and report back to me daily. At first it went perfectly. Diana was the obvious choice. However, Diana's death put an unfortunate wrench in my plan. How tragic. Realizing I no longer had control, I had no choice but to advise Anne to disband my beloved PTA at Diana's memorial service. But I thought it would be fun to see your sad little faces one last time, so I gathered you in that little parking lot for that pathetic pseudo meeting. And here you are, groveling back at our feet, asking for your association back. But it's over. You lost.
Stunned silence from the PTA.
And, darling, I think it's time to toast our success, don't you? Remind me, what do you keep in the school's liquor cabinet?
I have rosé and Chardonnay.
Oh, look, croutons. Yum. Why don't you grab 2 glasses of Chardonnay?
Kathy grabs 2 fatefully poisoned croutons and juggles them in her hands like dice. She pops them in her mouth and begins to munch. Kathy collapses. Oh, dear, all over again. Blackout.
That's our show, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming. Make sure to check us out on the 27th for the last 2 episodes. Woo! Thank you all for coming. Bye.
Thank you.